Greetings everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of All Things Lambda, the community show that now has a new setup for its live action bits. Look, I can stand up now and do moves and stuff. Anyway, nobody really comes here for the live action bits, so let's get into the Half-Life community news, shall we?
LambdaGeneration.
First off, let's get the Left 4 Dead 2 The Last Stand update out of the way, because the update finally came out today. So now you have a reason again to grab your friends and play some good old Left 4 Dead fun. The Last Stand update includes a newly reimagined campaign from the first Left 4 Dead game, at least 20 new survival maps, new melee weapons that you can use to smash zombie brains, a shit ton of new achievements, and much more. Valve is also holding a free weekend for Left 4 Dead 2 and offers an 80% discount for if you want to buy it, so that's a great deal for if you don't own Left 4 Dead 2 yet. There's a lot more to this update, so you better check the official patch notes that are in the description below. Remaking Half-Life 2 in the Source 2 engine is inevitable if you ask me. We just gotta wait for a modding team that is crazy enough to undertake such a task. And I think we got ourselves a team that is coming close to this. Not entirely, but close. The team behind Project 17 is committed to recreate some of the memorable moments from Half-Life 2. Together with the Half-Life 2 Remade Assets team, they have been successfully recreating Point Insertion, the first chapter of Half-Life 2, completely compatible for VR. It running in Source 2 alone is not a guarantee that it'll look better than the original chapters though, but the remade assets and textures from the Remade Assets team really finishes the job, giving everything a shiny new coat of paint. When Project 17 will release is still a mystery, but I'm pretty sure we'll be hearing more stuff about that over on their official Twitter page, which is linked down below. While they're developing the project, they'll be periodically releasing textures and assets to the Half-Life Alyx workshop for people to use in their own projects, so even you can create Half-Life 2 style levels in Source 2 for VR. If you want to learn more about the mod, then check out their website. It's also linked down below in the description. I can't wait to see what comes from this project. Surprise! We got some new Black Mesa news this week, but this time it's not really about a game update, but more about a community update. Because the folks over at Crowbar Collective have decided to set up a new community project that people can join in if they feel like it. This community project revolves around translating Black Mesa in over 30 languages. This is so that as much people all over the world will be able to play and understand the game. The Black Mesa team has set up a crowd-in project where you can easily join in and translate phrases from English to your native language, so if you speak anything alongside English, then you're perfect to help out here. Even I did some Dutch translation work for this community project, and I gotta say that it is actually a little bit harder than I imagined it being. There are certain words and terms that I just couldn't really translate to something that made sense in Dutch, and for some other terms I actually wondered if it wasn't just best to leave them in English. It's some real thinking work. Anyway, if you think that this project is your calling, then check out the Steam announcement post that I linked to the description below. There you can find a link to the Crowd-In project. A Crowd-In account is required to participate, but can be created for free. Mappers rejoice, because a new update for Mapbase was released recently that officially brought the version number up to version 5.1. If you still don't know what Mapbase is, it's basically a modding template for Source SDK 2013 that adds some really cool features that mappers have been asking for. This new update for Mapbase restores manifests in VPSP. This now allows a singular map to be split into multiple VMFs. That sentence was straight from their ModDB page. This stuff gets very technical. Some more VScript issues have been addressed too, and a whole bunch of other stuff has been fixed or introduced as well. I highly suggest you to check out the patch notes, which are linked in the description below. I really wish I could go more in depth with this, but it gets really technical and I'm afraid I might make some mistakes here. I gotta commend Blixibon though, Mapbase's developer, for his efforts. He really does go above and beyond with this project to make modding just a little bit more fun. Half-Life Crowbar-Deep in the Dead is a mod that was in the works for a very long time by its creator, Mr. Floyd. It aims to recreate the original levels from Doom in the style of Half-Life. That sounds pretty amazing, honestly, and a demo for it was finally released earlier this week. However, some bad news came with the release of this demo. The bad news being that Mr. Floyd has put the project on hold for now. He simply didn't see himself working on this mod for another several years, while there are other projects that he'd rather work on. fun, like Half-Life DK Solo Mission, which we have covered several times on the show before. Doing projects like these are only really worth it if you enjoy doing them yourself. For many people, making these mods isn't their livelihoods, so rather than working on something in your free time that doesn't satisfy you anymore, it's better to choose something that you would enjoy instead. That's what free time is for, right? A link to the news article on ModDB discussing this can be found down below, and I wish Mr. Floyd good luck on Solo Mission. Perhaps we'll be featuring that project again soon. Trivvy, the voice actor behind Bad Cop and Entropy 02, has created a brand new map for Half-Life Alyx called Sector Sweep. In this mod, you actually play as a Combine soldier trying to clean out an abandoned industrial building. Your goal is to eventually, together with your ordinal, make it out as well. Now, this is Trivvy's first Half-Life Alyx map, so it's not going to be 100% perfect yet, but hey, as far as I know, this is the first time that you're actually able to play as a Combine soldier in Half-Life Alyx. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. A link to download Sector Sweep is in the description below. It's on the Steam Workshop for Half-Life Alyx, so it's easy as pie to download and install. Unfortunately, no Source Filmmaker short this time at the end of All Things Lambda. Yeah, I know, it's sad, but we do have some Source Filmmaker art though. We have featured Muly before, I guess. I mean, I've been making over 100 episodes of this show. It's kind of hard to tell who we did and did not feature these days. Muly has kept on making some amazing Source Filmmaker art over on DeviantArt, like this row of Combine soldiers, or this paint-like market situation right here. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Or take this piece called Local Disturbance. It's pretty much wallpaper worthy. Muly should really look into making posters out of these. If you want to see Muly's art for yourself, then check out the description below. It'll link you to his DeviantArt page. You know what else you'll find linked down below? Our social media pages. Yeah, this week's segue is a little bit bland. I haven't been able to come up with anything creative lately. Anyway, there are links down below for our Facebook and our Twitter, so go and check those out. Oh, and we're on Discord too, and with over 1,000 members on there, you'll probably find someone to talk to. My very own social media pages are also down there, so if you would like to check out more of the stuff that I make, go check those links out as well. It's a Twitter and it's a YouTube link, so yeah, it's worth it. I promise. And with that, I'm going to end episode 110 of All Things Lambda. Don't be sad though, because we'll be back next week with another episode. But in the meantime, don't you forget to subscribe and to ring that bell icon so you never miss another episode. Salutations, and take care.